This is Scotland.
In just a few minutes, more comedy with the two of us. But first, also a little earlier than billed, tonight's late call from the Reverend Bill Catinack of St George's West Church, Edinburgh.
And of course a reminder that news at 10 is followed by the Scottish News headlines. So if you'd like to set your watches and clocks, the time is exactly 10 o'clock.
At 6:40 here on Scottish, Harry Seacombe goes to Jerusalem as he continues his tour of the Holy Land. Before that, though, the weather forecast and a roundup of today's news from ITN. The time, 6:30.
In half an hour here on Scottish Living and Growing for Adults looks at the new member of the family. Right now, though, The Hostage is tonight's episode of Room at the Bottom.
Disney fans can enjoy 10 minutes of a cartoon now as Mickey Mouse's Radio Orchestra performs the Light Cavalry Overture. Now in Scottish, the true story of Joy and George Adamson and Elsa the Lioness. Virginia McKenna stars in Born Free. Scottish television, and now the concluding part of People Like Us. When on Scottish, the Sunday matinee, World War II action and adventure as Frank Sinatra and Trevor Howard star in Von Ryan's Express.
On behalf of all of us on the late team here at Scottish, Happy New Year. Now, just what the dog...
Well, now in Scottish, confrontation with the unknown in Steven Spielberg's classic Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Vietnam vet returns from action to discover that his estranged wife has disappeared in suspicious circumstances in our late movie Revenge is My Destiny. That's at 1:20. Right now, though, Ensley League Extra.
For lunchtime here in Scottish, we've Scotland Today, Vanessa and Home and Away. First though, the national and international news now from ITN.
Over in Channel 4 just now, short stories flying high. Here in Scottish, all our worst driving habits are captured on camera now in Police Stop.
You're watching Scottish television on the ITV network.
You're watching Scottish television. In an hour's time, there's snooker in the Wakes British Open. But now, Archie McPherson introduces...
You're watching Through the Night on Scottish.
Now we visit the shady side of New York with our Easter musical in Scottish, Guys and Dolls.
To your locals.
In half an hour here on Scottish, Melvyn Bragg traces the career of one of Britain's top playwrights, Christopher Hampton. That's tonight's South Bank show at 10:35. Right now, Rick Mail stars in The New Statesman.
Now back to this evening here on Scottish for The Truth in Coronation Street.
Here on Scottish, the emergency services continue their rescue operations while the villagers are desperately trying to cope with the tragedy that has struck at the heart of Emmerdale. The drama continues for Monsignor Renard at 9 o'clock, but before that we visit a couple of better homes in East London.
Well, despite the body count, there's still plenty of people left in Buckinghamshire to keep Tom Barnaby busy, and a couple more obligingly bite the dust now in Midsummer Murders. Over an hour's time, the first of a two-part lavish dramatisation of the story of Noah's Ark. But first, we join Jim Rosenthal for highlights of today's German Grand Prix.
Roger Moore raises an eyebrow or two in the late film North Sea Hijack. That's at 11 o'clock. First, though, tonight's ITV News.
Still to come tonight at 10:30, they're young, they're posh and they're loaded. Now though, we get all the latest from home and abroad in the ITV News at 10.
Jackie thinks that she's met the love of her life now in Family. This programme contains some strong language.
Instead of downing drinks, they're downing tools. The club reps are threatening strike action at 11. Now though, one of the students is going back to Oxford. In Young, Posh and Loaded, this programme contains strong language. At 10:30 tonight, they're Posh, Young and Loaded. Then at 11, the club reps are going on strike. Now though, Hanky's at the ready for a prison wedding. And the last in the series.
So Ned and Olive take part in a cookery contest. It's another slice of pushing daisies at 10:35, and a movie at 11:35 is Barbershop 2 Back in Business. But now on STV, it's News at 10. Join Leo and the Rookies on their global adventure in Take Me to the Edge at 9. But first on STV, some unfinished business between Tony and Luke. Wow, what a prize. The gang return to face a new threat. There's some competition, but Barbershop 2 is back in business. That's our film at 11:35. But now on STV, it's all about cooking.
We're all together, Scotland, with a whole new look. This is STV. This is STV with a whole new look, but still with all your favourite programmes. And now, an entertaining couple of hours guaranteed. This morning. Well, Paul and Debbie have gone. Who'll be next? It's altogether unmissable on STV, The X Factor at 9. Now though, who's got The X Factor? In Emmerdale.
Time now here on STV to join the thrills and spells that is the night screen.
That's a good boost to the bank balance, but you have to be in it to win it. More hot seat hopefuls after that £1 million at 8:20. But first on STV, a celebrity audience get up close and personal with a diamond geezer.
Well, still to come at 3, marriage proposals may be in the air in 6 degrees. Then Night Screen takes us to the morning news at 5:30. Now though, it's STV Casino.
Well, at 10:35 tonight on STV, it's holiday time again in Benidorm. Fun and games all round. First though.
We're joining the team for Scotland tonight in half an hour, but first, all the day's national and international news at 10.
Before Judge Rinder at 2 o'clock, it's time to catch up with the latest national and international lunchtime news.
Jeremy Corbyn. Don't miss the film premiere of Jurassic World. That's tonight at 6:40 here on STV. Meanwhile, gather round for a Spielberg masterclass from 1982. It's E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Competitors take on TV's toughest obstacle course in 30 minutes here on STV in the final heat of Ninja Warrior UK. But first, more hilarious real-life footage in You've Been Framed.